Hi everybody, I'm Jaren. This is
Ronald, hi.
yes, this is Ronald. He is welcome everybody to the SG Entrepreneur Story to another episode. We happen to be doing this every month now, where we have a new entrepreneur coming out, and today we have a very established business owner who have been in business for almost
32 years this year.
yes 32 years. Very he's in the IT industry, and yeah, he's been through a lot of ups and downs. And actually, you know what? Let Ronald introduce himself. Maybe you can give a quick self introduction to the
Very cool.
camera.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm excited. I think it's always having opportunity like here to really share my story with everyone. So it's just about sharing my story so that everybody can have a shorter cut and make their entrepreneurship journey shorter. Yeah. So let me introduce myself. I'm Ronald. I founded Wimpro 1993 straight after NUS. I started as a software developer. We developed application software. Then later, about 2 years later, about 1 year later, sorry, 1 year, 1.5 years, we pivoted to doing IT infrastructure. Yeah, then we did infrastructure will mean things like having network switches, PCs, notebook, firewall. At that time firewall was expensive, but we are starting then. And we also do IT support services. So at that moment, we were doing simple desktop services, like not very different from what we're doing now. Desktop
Cool.
services, to me, just simple. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you guys a little teaser of what we're gonna talk about in today's episode.
Hi, I'm Ronald from Wimpro. I run multiple businesses in Singapore and Malaysia. In 1983, when we first started business, in 2 years, we were able to get our first 1 million sales revenue in 95. But however, in 98, the Asian financial crisis, most companies weren't spared. I too wasn't spared. We were totally wiped out. We lost customers. Along the way, we lost our staff, we lost partners, and I even lost my family. That was a really disappointing moment in my entire life, but that was a story which I will share. If you want to listen to my story raw and unfiltered, do join me this Thursday 8 p.m. on the SG Entrepreneur Story. This is the time whereby I will answer all your questions and I will pick up live call. This is my SG Entrepreneur Story. Okay. What am I doing right now? I'm actually running a few business, but let me just focus on one business right now. Will be the IT infra and IT support services. So currently now we are a size of about close to 33 people right now in Singapore, Johor, and JB. So business is really good right now. So because whereby a lot of layoff, but layoff means good for us because some of the job that displaced that is coming to us right now. Yeah, so we are somehow sad but somehow happy at the moment. Yeah, so it's very weird. Yeah, because we sad to see people losing job, but happy that we are winning jobs so that we can hire more people. So basically, no jobs are lost still because there are just movement of people around in different roles. Yeah. Yes. All right, yeah. So it's a better place because you have support. If they are in the company, right, they are only one person itself. Yeah. However, if they move to my area here, then they have support internally. The biggest difference is when they are working in a company, their expenses. If they come to me, they are income generators. So it's a different view because just imagine if you are seeing an expense and you see it as an income generation, you will invest in people that are generating income and not. Okay, during COVID was even better because people are buying a lot of IT stuff like laptop, notebooks, video cams, webcams, headsets. They are flying off the roof and we don't have enough stock. Most of the time we don't have stock to even fulfill and we keep them waiting on the wait list. Hardware still. Yeah, hardware. Because most of them, they have physical office. And now the fact that they have to go back to home to work, right? They have notebooks now. Yeah. So there's a big purchase for notebook. At the time, they were shortage. Yeah, there will be. But luckily, before that, we fortunately we actually have a playbook for that. So we actually, when it happened, we actually bought a lot of stock and keep. Yeah, before the stock. Yes, correct. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Hope you guys understand. Sorry about that, Ronald.
No problem.
Okay, so anyways, we were saying something about the COVID and then how we're interested to hear about that later, right? So actually, maybe you can bring me back to your past. Like, how were you like before you even started all like the business journey? Like, how were you like in like as a student in uni and growing up?
Okay. Maybe I just bring you back when I am in my uni days. Yeah. So I studied computer science and straight after NS. So studied computer science after 2 years of boredom in NS, then restarting study again because in 2 years you don't touch textbook whatever, right?
Mm.
So it's kind of difficult to adjust. Yeah. But we still have to attend lectures and still learn from attending lectures and go for tutorials, then assessments and exam. Yeah, the first year was a big adjustment, so we struggled through the first year, but fortunately, I still pass and go to the second year. Yeah, second year were a bit better. Yeah, but third year was the year whereby I totally watch up. Don't care. Yeah, because more or less I have gamed the system already, so I understand how it can be played. So I barely need to go for lectures or tutorial, but fortunately, because I'm lucky to have some friends whereby they will just pass me the notes. Yeah, yeah. So the first 12 months, no, so first 8 months, sorry, I did not attend lecture or tutorials, but the only time I go to school, right, is like about 4 plus when they are about to end the day. I go to school because I go to school because I can play soccer. Yeah, I only go to school to play soccer because they end about 4. I go there about 4 o'clock or so. they can start playing the
Just to play with
soccer
your
game.
friends,
Yeah, just to play soccer. Only. So all the while in my even primary school and secondary school, it's all about playing soccer. Only. The purpose of going to school is just play soccer.
You can play soccer now?
And
Do you still play
now I
soccer?
can't play. I can't play. I wish I can. I don't stamina, But I still play FIFA
Oh,
on
FIFA.
PS5.
Oh, you're a soccer fanatic, ah?
Yeah, I love soccer a lot. Yeah, I play a lot of soccer. Yeah. So, but however, I was fortunate that I have some friends who give me the notes. So just imagine you have to study, cram 10 months of study and tutorial in 1 month. And you study for the first time. Yeah. With no guidance or whatever, just study, brute force study. And that's when you really have to psych yourself to the max in the sense that you have to complete diligently all the subjects. And you really need to have because no one to fall back, nobody has answer for you. That time we don't have ChatGPT, we don't have web, all this, we don't have all this. So how? So really you have to depend on yourself and your friends were busy studying. Yeah. So no one will ever want to help you. So you really have to figure out and do it all by yourself. So go through the lecture, go through the tutorials for all the subjects.
You chiong for...
Yeah, 1 whole month. That time is really crazy. Just eat, sleep, study for 1 month.
This is year 3, right?
Yeah, year 3.
Oh, then how's the exam?
Exam, okay, I still managed to I still get a pass with merit, means still quite decently okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is a big surprise.
I think you're talented.
Yeah, so it's lucky, but really, I was totally exhausted because it's 1 month of study and 1 month of exam. So the 1 month of exam is just tired. The last one, I remember once I took the last paper of the entire exam, I'm totally exhausted. I cannot continue any further because the mind just drain off to a point you cannot continue any further. Total the point of exhaustion already.
Burnout lah, basically.
Burnout, total burnout. Your mind cannot do anything already. Just blank off.
Wait, is lectures as in like is recorded lectures or?
No, all notes. All notes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's mad. If it's recorded lectures, still okay.
No, not recorded. We don't have no recorded nothing, no tutorial, no computer, no Google. That shit, no. Everything is just hardcore, just notes and that's it. Yeah, really hardcore.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So but that has helped me to learn one thing. You can learn everything yourself. You don't need to go for training. You don't need to do everything. That helped me in my 30 years in my business, helped me to always learn by myself. Yeah, I'm not studying, but I'm learning. So that has set the pathway for me to learn and not to study. So that has really made me a bit different person altogether.
What's the difference between learning and studying?
Okay, that's interesting. Studying is hell of pain, man. The word study only, there's pain all over your body. But when you say learning, it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, fun in the sense that it's unstructured. Study is structured and boring and painful. Learning is fun, unstructured, and you have to figure out how you're going to learn. You have to really have a very clear mindset and really determination to really complete the whole entire process of learning. You need to have your own outline. You need to set boundaries, what to learn, what not to learn. And there's always time whereby you want to go beyond.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you know, I should not go too far away because I'm moving away from what I'm supposed to study. Oh. Yeah, so that has really helped me a lot, really. Yeah. So learning for me is so enjoyable. Yeah, I really love learning. Up to now, I still yearn for learning new things. Yeah, just give me an idea, I will figure out the rest.
Man, I can tell you're still like active at 52 after a successful business. You're still going at it.
Yes,
so, yeah,
having fun.
But just now, actually, it's interesting that you told me that you can learn everything yourself, right? Then,
yes.
Where do you see like partners and like employees come in play if you can do everything yourself?
No, I can learn everything myself, but I need people to help me to execute.
Okay.
I cannot do this alone. So I, like everybody else, have 24 hours. I cannot do everything myself. I have to train people to do it. I have to delegate them to do. Then I have to empower them to set their own timing and complete the tasks required. Yeah, rather than I breathing down the neck.
Yeah. I think the breathing down the neck thing is a little bit like a bit of an issue that I'm facing also. It's a bit like micromanaging.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's just okay. Yeah, but it's basically it's like learn to manage because you're so obsessed with knowing what should be done that I tell my boys that I want it this exact way, but actually I should let them have their own freedom. But that's
Mm.
a story for another day.
Yes. I
So
know there's a big story behind that.
so after your uni days,
Yep.
I mean, you got your degree lah. Even if you
Mm.
never studied, you still got the degree and
Yeah.
everything. What did you study, by the way?
I
What was
studied computer
it? Computer
science.
science.
Yeah.
So you got a degree, and then what was life like after that?
Life after that was like, okay, I completed my exam. Then most people would have gone for their vacation to Europe, to America. But I sunk myself into business because I have orders for the job to do the program for accounting, for payroll, for POS system. Yeah, so lucky to have contracts coming in already.
Wait, you were doing business before?
Not really. I told myself I will only start business only after my exam. Yeah, but of course I plant a lot of seeds everywhere because I've met people along the way. Because remember I did not go school, right?
Yeah.
So I meet a lot of people along the way lah. Yeah, so I meet people and tell them what I can do after my exam. How can I help them? Yeah, so surprisingly they waited.
Oh.
Yeah, then when my exam is over, I just go to them say, hey, I'm free now. Want to start doing something for you?
Oh, they quite
Yeah,
stable.
yeah, quite cool. Yeah.
Wait, but like you were already knowledgeable before you even step into uni or something like that.
No, not really.
Then how do you land the jobs? Like if you work experience?
Because I met them along the way. Because I remember I have a lot of time. I don't go school, yeah. So I go out to the market. I meet people. I talk to people. Then understand what they need. Then somehow I build some trust with them, and they just give me the deal. Yeah.
So you just figure it out after you got the deal in that sense.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So
the
the
way.
trust is there lah. Maybe that time I was selling it real cheap. Yeah, because I want to learn and also want to help people do programs.
Like things like what?
Okay, like POS systems, inventory system, quotation systems. Yeah, those two are the program that you use in early days.
Like, okay. What when now it's like a different world. We don't use that stuff anymore.
Yes, we still use that stuff, but the program that we use are different right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
maybe we use things like Python, or use C#. That time the older days where we were using programs like Clipper, database, Visual Basic. Yeah.
But when you first got your I just want to track back just a little bit, right? When do you first like start acquiring the skill of this IT?
Okay, so I started real young because I'm lucky because my dad bought my first computer when I was 10 years old. Yeah, so being 10 years old, you start figuring out how to play. By the time I was lucky because at that time, very rare you see people owning computers. Very, very rare. Yeah, very, very rare. Because computers were expensive. At that time, computer were maybe about $3,000 to close to $4,000.
The big and clunky one.
Yeah, big and clunky one. Those are the clunky one and super slow ones. Yeah, but that moment was, wow, fantastic tool. Yeah, I remembered the first thing that I typed on a computer. Right, the first thing I typed was, how to do a game program.
Oh, for internet. Oh,
yeah. That time nothing, but it's just okay. The computer just replied syntax error. Yeah. So
wait, it's so loud too until like it's like what I imagine in my head is like a green color with a flashing thing like that.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so the green thing, the black thing, that's what I did. How to build a game. Then it says syntax error. Because that time, at that time you need proper programs. You need to write program in order to do this. But to think of it in today's context, maybe I was advanced because I knew like today, right? If you can do that on your AI LLM, right? It really churns out program. Yeah, maybe I was still just ahead at that time, right? 30 years ago, I was using AI, but it was not ready then. Yeah, but very interesting. But today, we really have that. Just put what you want across and it just spit back to you what they can do for you now.
I think like Replit, I think I heard of it.
Yes, Replit, yes. Then there's Lovable. Yeah, all the fantastic tool. You just put in, come out, and spit like all these programs to you
just
on the
need
fly.
Idea in that sense, right?
Yeah, you don't have to do any more coding, no more painful codings. That time you have to debug. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you don't need lah. Just even you don't have to use your keyboard. You just use some mic and just say what you have. Voila, you have that program in front of you.
Okay. So coming back to when you got your first orders after uni, so you didn't even have your grad trip or anything, you straight away started doing your not it wasn't really a business, but you already got orders, so it's
Yes,
yes.
correct. So just doing more like part-time then.
Okay.
Part-time and working from home. Then I had some of my friends coming over, so we came in the house, in my bedroom, with two other friends, but they are doing programming also. Yeah, so it's really, like in America, they actually work in the garage, right? We actually
Yeah.
make in the HDB flat,
Your
staying
room
in the
lah.
room there to do work. Yeah.
Your friends like you pay them or what? How do
No, like time we were just doing together. Like time we just make the money, then we share.
oh,
Yeah, but after that we realized cannot lah.
Mm.
Yeah, then we started to form a company to do this.
Oh.
Yeah. Same company,
Winpro?
called Winpro. Yeah.
Oh, the same
Called
name. How
Winpro,
do you come
yeah.
out the name?
Because we want some names that's simple.
Ah.
That time it was Windows. That's
Okay.
the most in thing at the moment, the Windows operating system.
Ah.
That time was Windows 1.0.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow,
1.0 was early days. Yeah. That was DOS and Windows 1.0. Then have Windows 3.0, Windows 3.1, 3.11. Yeah, so that were the early days when you talk about Windows. So
Okay.
we just put Win and Pro together. Yeah. Yeah, so Windows Professional. Fortunately, today we have Windows 11. Yeah, that's why Windows is still in place, and that's why it's easy to recognize the name and remember that branding still. Yeah.
Ever thought of rebranding a little bit because times have changed?
Not really, because today we still got Windows. Unless Microsoft decides that no more Windows.
Oh.
Yeah, then I'm screwed. Then maybe I have to start changing name.
Yeah, I like Mac. Windows is no longer for me.
Yeah.
But okay, cool.
Yes.
Then how's that like when you built the business with your friends, and how old were you then?
Okay, then I think I was 24 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, 24 years old. So we were just friends, some friends from uni coming out to just write programs. We did that for about a couple of months before we started the business.
Okay.
In was I think 8 September 1993.
Oh, you remember the date?
Yeah, I remember the date.
Are you a very sentimental person?
Yeah, the date is important because it's the day whereby we really start the business. Yeah, because prior to that we were working from home. Yeah.
Like registered Accra,
Register
everything.
Accra, right? Yeah, Accra set up, then have an office then, because you need to register under an address.
Oh, you
Yeah.
had even like had enough capital to open an office also.
Yes, we started the office inside there because got some money because we earned a bit of money, so we just put in But after some time we realized, well, maybe not enough, that's why we got no choice, start selling. After that we start selling hardware, we sell PC
Oh, so
Yeah.
like after getting the office, then you realize, oh crap, a bit of too much overhead.
Yeah,
already, is it?
overheads already. And then we quickly start selling PCs. Yeah, so when we do PC, at time we was selling 386, 486 machines. Yeah, so we were selling through classified ads. Yeah,
Okay.
like today we have Google ads, but in the olden days it's Straits Time. You
Oh.
place classified ads there, and the way how we advertise was like, lowest price guaranteed or your money back. But so far, of course, nobody come and claim the money back. Yeah. But
Wow.
we make a bold statement like this then.
Like, okay, then when at 24, right, you had to get suppliers for this computer piece. At 24, like, which supplier will trust you?
Yes. When you have a registered company, that's why we knew that, and we have to use private limited. That's why people will trust you, so people can do business. We are all young people there, so we were thinking whether this adult trust us or but that's why we give cash. We give cash to people.
Oh.
Yeah, so we give cash. Yeah, so that they can accept. They will want to deal with because you pay cash.
The Singaporeans? Suppliers.
Yeah, Singapore suppliers, right?
okay,
You pay cash upfront. Then we collect the goods and pay cash. Yeah, so we were demonstrating some form of credibility. Like you trust the money with the person, the real hard cash.
Quad cash.
Yes, right. Yeah, so that is something that can really make you trust. But after some time, later once you build a trust, right, that's when you pay through checks, or maybe you pay COD check, and later grow slowly 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So that's how you build a reputation. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, cool. Roughly what's the revenue then when you
Okay, when we start selling a computer for first year, we are doing maybe about 200K in the first year, kind of slow. But second year, we managed to hit 1 million already. Yeah.
2 years in business,
Yeah,
you hit million
already, yeah.
in revenue lah.
Revenue, right? So I thought, wow, not bad. Like that also can. Then I said, wow, maybe 2 million also can. So we try to do more. We try to do more. But we are still stuck about maybe 1.2, 1.3 there lah. So we just hover around there.
Because of competitors or?
Not really competitors, it's just the market cannot absorb that much lah. Yeah, because at time we were selling to a lot of big brands also, no. Really selling to a lot of big brands then also. Yeah, we selling to a lot of big brands. Because our price were lower, we are selling with guarantee of the lowest price. So we cannot anyhow put price too high also.
How do you find the people?
People as in the customer?
Yeah, the brand, the customers, like the big brands. How do you even get in contact with the big brands?
Those are not really big brands. We work with those so-called suppliers. Yeah, so they are like wholesalers.
Okay.
Yeah, so because with wholesalers, it's easier to do business with them because they are in Sim Square then.
Wait, then you also need to, if you sell to a wholesaler, then you also need to be a wholesaler.
Oh, don't know. That time we were just like a reseller lah.
Reseller.
Reseller lah. Yeah, so we are reseller, but we go work with the wholesaler because our quantity not that big, man. Yeah, because we also cannot buy big quantity also.
Then why don't the wholesaler go straight to the?
No, the wholesaler just sell to reseller because they don't want to deal the direct because the quantity will be too small to sell one piece.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, by your customer base, you sold it to.
Yeah. So we sell to end users at home, and we also sell to big companies also lah. Yeah, that time but lucky then because branded machine were very expensive.
Okay.
A PC will have cost about 4K. But
What?
if 4-5K, yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, for branded machine like IBM, all those will be expensive.
Okay.
So brands like OEM compatible, right? Then they can. Last time. Yeah, last time price, yeah. Super expensive then. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's no joke at the price.
Wow.
That time we were selling only about 2K plus 3K. So it's a big savings.
Wow. So now the typical MacBook costs about 3K, guys. And you have gotten a MacBook for 3K.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, then okay. So actually my question was like, how do you land the big brands? How do you the big brands to?
The customers.
Yeah, the customer big brands.
So because we advertise in the papers, we do classified ads and they buy.
Oh, they own what
They
they
just
came
buy.
from
Yeah.
them.
So we quote them. That time we were using faxes. We actually have to print out, then we fax to them. Yeah.
Oh, no email them.
No email, no shit. It's just fax.
Okay.
Fax, yeah, pure fax.
I had a fax machine in my home.
Yeah.
Like 5 years back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's faxes. Email wasn't ready then. It's only about a few years later, about 4 or 5 years later, then starting to use email, then lesser of fax.
So you guys had $1 million in revenue in like 2 years, which is about 1995 in that sense, right?
Correct.
And then you guys were trying to push to about try to go higher, 2 million, 3 million in that sense.
Yeah, correct.
Then after that, the Asian financial crisis hit in
Yes.
1997.
98.
98. How was that like?
Okay, when it came, we could not feel it yet because it takes some time to trickle down the system. So initially we were just complacent, say, problem what? Okay. Then later, 3 months later, totally no business. Business dropped to zero. Yes, to zero. No sales. And that's when we start to lose our staff. We start to lose our shareholders. Shareholders say, okay, I cannot do this anymore. I need to bring money for the family. I need to leave already. So they just left. Yeah. So at the moment, almost everybody left. Only myself. I'm the last man standing. Yeah. So really, partners say I cannot continue already. No money.
Your staff, how much staff do you have?
That time we have about 10 11
staff?
people. Yeah, 10, 11 people.
Oh, at like 27 years old. That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, 10 staff, they let everybody go.
You have to let everybody go because no business.
When was the first time you heard about this Asian financial crisis?
First time. Oh, I don't understand the question.
Sorry, I mean what I'm saying is before it hit, right? Like, how do you first hear about this news that you know is coming?
Okay, you can see newspaper, TV,
but
radio.
when you saw it, was it too late or?
No, that time when I heard of it, because they say there is a run on the Thai currency, right?
Yeah.
It started in Thailand. Because there was some speculation about Thai currency, the Thai baht being attacked by this guy called George Soros that time. So he attacked the Thai baht and later moved on attacking all the currencies in Asia. Yeah, so that's how it started. But at the initial part, we could not feel the impact. Then country, for the first time, not company, country are collapsing. Yeah, bankrupt. Yeah, so they are running great losses in the in. Just imagine a country can go bankrupt, eh? Yeah, but it can. At that time, I remember even in newspaper when I saw citizen in Korea, Korean, right, taking their gold jewelry and give it to the government so that the government can rescue the country. Yeah, there are cases like this. You can look back in history. You can see people, the citizen, using their own gold, giving to a government so that they
Wow.
can rescue the country.
Wait,
Yeah.
maybe I should read about it. I'm not a very
Yeah,
history
very
person,
interesting thing to read about.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, okay. Wait, you just now you mentioned to me that you had shareholders as well.
Yes.
Like, how, why, and how?
Okay, so that time, remember, I started with two other partners to
Mhm.
do the software. Then we continue to be partners in also doing the hardware business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so these the partners are shareholders, like your shareholders in that sense. Okay,
Correct.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So after that, so how long did the whole drop, so from the start of the Asian financial crisis to you yourself solo? How long was that?
That was about a period about 6 to 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty fast, like, for
Yeah,
business to
very
drop to
fast,
zero.
very fast. Because it's like suddenly to zero. It's not like 20-30%. Yeah, it just sudden drop. Because the whole market was in big shock. Yeah, it's a shock. The shock.
How was business in Singapore as a whole? Was anybody thriving or
No,
everybody's dying?
everybody's dying. It's
Okay.
whether how deep is the depth. Yeah, so it's horrible. Even today when I talk to some older business owner, they can still remember that time. They also went bust. Yeah, but lucky I did not go bust because we did not have any loan.
Mm.
So it's just having some personal debt that because I needed money. Because that time was in 97, I just got married. So that time was also the onset of really because spending money to get married all this. So that also cost money. So that's when we also, and I didn't want to take money from the company. So lucky that I did not take money or take any loan to do that but was having some credit card debts So close to about 40,000.
In debt.
Yeah, in debt, 40,000 in debt. Yeah, so have to pay through, to consolidate all the credit cards, then take about 2 years to clear them off So that was painful That time I remembered 2 years of working non-stop, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, just grinding Yeah, remember it's just like when you have a team of people helping you do everything. Now, guess what? You're doing everything yourself. Yeah, one person doing everything. Yeah, so that was really a humbling time. Really, you got to learn everything from scratch again. Everything. Last time you used to delegate people do, now you're actually doing it. That means from purchasing to setting up to assembly to installation to delivery to doing support. Everything under yourself. Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
it takes a lot of time to do.
Yeah, it's like, imagine I hired my videographer and then I expanded my team to 10 people already. Then suddenly one day, I have to do all the filming myself, I have to edit everything myself, I have to set up all this thing myself. Well, that's like tough work, dude.
Yes, it
But
is.
people were still coming. You told me you had zero. People were still coming into your business, or you still
Okay.
had customers?
That time we still have customers, but that shock was only about 1 or 2 months with zero business. But at the time, it wasn't able to sustain people a size of 10 for so long. Yeah, so lucky we lay off people. That time we lay off people so that we can proceed today. Yeah, so for the time, it's like I think that was one of the wisest choice then because it's to really, because frankly, I did not lay off. They say they cannot continue already. So, and also they also understand because we were very transparent to them. They say they need to leave already. Then I have to let them go
Because of the
already.
pay cut and everything.
There's no pay cut. Yeah, but then because I couldn't pay them already, because the next month I was telling them, hey, I don't have much cash and business really very bad. At that time, everybody can understand because at that time really very bad. There were papers, news about things in the newspapers, in the TV, all that kind of things. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, but then, sorry, a bit off track. Then wouldn't the local businesses thrive? Like, for example, F&B businesses, those like daily need kind of businesses.
Yeah,
those
daily need F&B will
right?
still be there. Hawker center are still running well. Yeah. But especially when that time you see from IT, right? Having a PC is a luxury. Yeah, you can still do work with your typewriter. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need expensive spreadsheets. That time people are primarily using it for uh typing documents, doing
Oh,
spreadsheets, doing quotation, and that's what people use it for last time. Yeah.
okay, okay. Then how did this like 2 years or non-stop hustling, how did it affect you?
Uh, I went back working harder. Then also at the same time, I also reflect back and say what I need to do better lah. If this thing happens again in the future, what can I do to protect myself? Yeah. So I realized inside there one important lesson is I must have recurring income.
Okay.
Yeah. So that sets on my journey from then 2020 to the year 2000, right? So always search for recurring income. Yeah, so I went to sell antivirus with subscription, firewall with subscription, even doing IT support with subscription. Everything is subscription based. Yeah, so even subscription, before it became a thing, we were actually doing it already.
Oh.
Yeah, so at that time whereby the market is actually selling ad hoc service per hour, we were actually doing SaaS service, meaning that we do a complete buffet style. You just consume as much as you want. There's a flat fee already. Yeah, we were doing it before it actually became SaaS. What is today SaaS?
Yes. But
Yeah.
wait, sorry, I'm a bit confused because like they were buying the antivirus and firewall from you, right? Why wouldn't they buy from the direct to the company itself?
Okay. So at that time, because life was simpler,
Okay.
there were channels.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, even you cannot search for products so easily.
Okay.
If you want, you need to be visible either in the papers. The only way to get visibility was having advertising or advertising in Straits Times to make yourself visible in the market there, or you give pamphlet or you give giftlet or brochures to people. Yes, that was then. There wasn't any internet. Yeah, so there's no way you can search. Yeah, so business then was they can earn that difference in price so that they can make a living already. And that time business was all about trading.
Okay.
Trading was booming at that time. They actually buy things from China and bring it to Singapore and sell. Yeah, that was one of the main business that time I realized.
Okay, okay. So sorry, any questions from the floor? Okay, wait. I say it on the mic because I can hear. Ronald, are you still working for uni friends?
I met them still. I think I met one 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, then I also met two of them 2 years ago. Yeah, we are still on good terms. We are still talking.
Then are they doing their
They're
own?
working. They're working.
Ah,
They're working.
okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions? What's one thing that you do that made your first million?
Okay. What I did right was just to advertise on Straits Time lah. Yeah, because the place that we rented right is in Chinatown, and we weren't on the first floor. We were on the third floor. Means nobody know where to find you. Yeah, so we have to advertise, right? So advertise was the simplest. Then we spent about $100 a day to advertise. Yeah, so we constantly advertise from Monday to Friday lah. So maybe at that time we were spending close to about 2,000 plus to $3,000 a month for just advertising on Straits Time.
Wow.
That give us a lot of ROI from there already.
It's just that's your pure marketing strategy. It's
Yes,
just straight
just that only. Yeah, nothing else.
Okay.
And nothing else. No other secret. Nothing. That's it.
Then what are your other 10 employees doing? Like
They were actually doing assembly of computer, doing delivery, doing installation of the program, and doing quotation.
So there wasn't like a marketing team or sales team or anything?
There wasn't anything like marketing. It's just pure advertising and sales. So the only marketing thing we do is when we just give flyers. Yeah. That's about thing. So things were simpler then. There was nothing digital marketing. It's just marketing means just sell as much as you can. It's more, the focus is more on sales, less on marketing. But in today's context, it's very different. A lot more in marketing, sales a small portion.
Because like, do you feel like in today's world it's way harder to stand out in the crowd?
Because there are many options. There are many uh different media, different platform that you can reach out. Yeah. So not like last time whereby it's easy. Whoever spend the most can get decent traction and get visibility in the market. Lah. Just like the Google Ads, if you can outspend the market, you still can get visibility. Lah.
You can get visibility, but maybe not everybody buy from you.
Yeah, right.
But last time not a lot of competitors, I would say.
Yeah, there weren't not many competitors then. Things are simpler then, because information don't flow so fast and not readily. Today information is so ready, just enter on Google and everything comes out. Yeah. So it's the world has evolved. Lah. Yeah.
Any more questions from the live? So when you made your first million, was there any mindset shift, or was it just still the same mindset that you had when you were young?
Definitely, because you never imagine that you could make $1 million, ma.
Okay.
Yeah, so the abundant mindset kick in. It's like, hey, it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's possible, then I can do this. Like, because it never crossed your mind that you can reach $1 million, and that wasn't a target. Or we just did what we need to do. Just keep on selling only. Then we reach $1 million. Then we will also show, hey, wow, really can be done. Yeah, then we
Mic check.
mic check.
Hello. Okay, so no more questions, panel, or still have? Okay.
Oh, football.
What football team do you support?
Yeah, who really like to support a team, because I like to be the participant and the active person at playing the actual game. Yeah, rather than supporting a team. Yeah, for me, I don't believe in that. For me, because I love the game.
Like to
Yeah,
play,
I like to
be in
play the
sport.
game. Yeah, because I love the game so much. Uh, Not really also. Yeah, I have no favorite team or favorite players at all. But I do like to use a lot of my kind of play. Yeah, the early days when I played soccer was I like to spin the ball a lot. I like to do a lot of fancy footwork, yeah, that kind of things. So I like the kind of thing, the kind of practical stuff lah, rather than just watching.
Oh, okay.
Keep on working very hard and not picking up enough skill. So that's when I also went online to find out more materials. I go to library to borrow books. Because at time I could not buy book, go there and just see the latest books. The older books, National Library would have it. The latest book weren't available at National Library then. So you need to go to two places. Then at time there's also I went on that time later part in 98 99 and 2000 they have this thing called Napster. Yeah, some of you may heard of it. Napster is a peer-to-peer sharing network whereby you can download a lot of interesting videos, audiobooks, PDF files all on there.
I heard before, my dad need to talk about it, Napster.
Yes, Napster. You can Google and see. You Google inside, you can see interesting stuff inside. That's part of the history whereby you can really get a lot of downloads for free.
So that's where you did your, like, during the 2 years of hustle, that's what you did. You like educate yourself while hustling.
Yes, yeah.
How do you escape the hustle?
The the hustle part is you can't really avoid. You just have to do the hustle lah. But the only thing I try to distress a bit to watch movie every night lah. Yeah, so I have videos that I can rent. That time we have to rent tapes. Okay, that
Okay.
time there weren't any DVD or VCD.
Movies.
Just tape, just pure video tapes lah.
I mean, okay, more my question is like, how do you move from the hustle to start building the business brick by brick again?
Okay, uh, in order to do that, right, you have to find clear niche. Okay, so I still pursue in the IT hardware still,
Okay.
but that's when I also develop a remote control software. I wrote some program so that I can do remote control. Yeah, that time was very interesting because I use some code because I'm a programmer,
Yes.
so I can write some program that can do remote control then.
Okay.
So that time before TeamViewer comes about, I already writing program that can reach and help people remotely. As long as they got internet, I can help them to do remote work then.
Oh.
Yeah, that was as early as year 2000.
That's your San Francisco software startup lah.
Yeah, so that time we developed program like this to do it lah.
That's really
But
cool.
very basic stuff lah. You can, as long the thing is that you don't have to go on site.
Okay.
And you can do that already. Yeah, in today's context, it's very easy. There are so many programs. But year 2000, there weren't any of these TeamViewer, that the program we have today doesn't exist. So we have to write program to do that. TeamViewer only come into picture, I think, about 5 or 8 years later.
So do you name this program anything?
Okay,
or?
we call it VT2.
VT.
Yeah, virtual tech.
Like the V and the T.
Yeah, V and a T, virtual tech. Yeah, that time when we do it, everybody was like, wow, crazy, how you all do it?
You're the first person.
One of the early one to do that lah. Yeah, early one to do that because you have to write your own code to do that lah. So we are really amazed and really wow a lot of people lah. Yeah, that's when we also started the remote control support business as well.
Remote support.
Yeah.
Then that means if you could do this remote, then you can sell this to internationally already.
Actually, not really. That time I'm just using it for myself. I never thought of selling at that moment. We were too busy to get that time. That time, international market wasn't something you can access so easily lah. Yeah. So because even internet was very at the infant stage. Yeah. That time, you just imagine you only have things like Alta Vista or maybe Yahoo. Yeah. Google wasn't in the picture. Then the Google wasn't searching so well and covering the entire World Wide Web yet. Yeah, so things weren't that easy accessible yet lah.
So you would say, like if you did this in today's world, something so revolutionary, because I think now it's like the birth of SaaS businesses and tech startups, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think we do something.
We don't even know like that. The idea of VCs, PEs, all those doesn't exist at that moment still lah. Because that doesn't appear in my mind because at that time we were just doing brick and mortar business lah.
Yeah. So what happened to that? Like so from the credit card debt, you paid it all off already after the 2 years of hustle. Then you created your
right. And that's helped us to really have a niche in the market lah, whereby people at that moment was that they need to go on site, solve problem, whereby we can solve problem remotely. And that was good because we can solve customer problem faster and we can save time traveling and we can get more things done in a day.
Using a VT.
Yeah, VT2 program. Right.
So you is there any still like physical products you were selling or is fully?
Oh, we are selling PCs still. We are selling PCs and laptop printers. Yeah, all the early days.
Okay. Then how do you like slowly pick back up, like start hiring new people and all that?
Yeah, so we are lucky that we got two very good deals. Yeah. So one deal is actually with a Malaysian customer that we sold close to about 300 PCs then over 6 months.
What was that business like? How much? $1 million?
Was close to about 1.5 million then. So we make maybe about 10%. Yeah, 10 to 12%. Yeah. So at the time was still good money. Yeah. So but imagine the cash flow was very tight. Yeah, and they are not proper business people. They are like gangsters, mafia of Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't easy then. Yeah, the early days at time we have to hustle, really hustle. Yeah, but just imagine, would you do a business with a Malaysian mafia selling computer to them? Like, that's scary, because even then they don't believe in invoices, they just pay you cash. And because sometimes when they're comfortable with you, they just order and you just deliver and they want any invoices, nothing. Yeah. So
Shake hand, it's a
yeah,
speak
shake hand and just
right?
yeah. So it's like very cowboy town at time, very cowboy stuff. Yeah. So at one point they were even owning us maybe 300, 400K. Yeah, so like, oh, don't they pay, no?
Like, don't dare to cannot like take the money, right? Because they also mafia, you say.
Yeah. So we also need to negotiate lah.
See.
Negotiate with them lah. Yeah.
Wow.
And know how, that's when I also learned how to negotiate with mafia. Sorry, negotiate with mafia.
You bring your own like machete or...
Yeah, no lah, cannot. They carry gun, then you die.
Wait, got a gun in Singapore?
No, Malaysia,
Oh, Malaysia. Malaysia got...
Malaysia got gun.
Can
Malaysia
eh?
got gun. Why not?
Oh.
Yeah, why not?
Wow,
Yeah.
okay, interesting.
In Singapore, is you can also earn ma.
Oh, so your business mainly came from Malaysia during that time. Which year was this?
Like 2001, 20.
So you write off the crisis with...
It's like whenever they are with a big established MNC, they are also there. We also follow them, provide support to them. So these are the two small breaks that we...
Then like I think it was a good break lah after the 2 years.
Per then yeah, then I do not know I don't have a lot of business friends because my friends are all in uni. So most of them work in very cushy MNC job and they are in government sector. So I have very little friends in business. Yeah, and I don't have support then. No mentor. My mentors were my books only lah. Yeah, the books that I borrow from National Library or maybe Times MPH, just go to a bookstore and spend a couple hours to read some ways of how to run the business.
But it's crazy. I want to ask you, like, why do you choose to stay? Like, after all this, why don't find a cushion? Why do?
I never had plan B. So my plan A was always to grow the business and to scale the business. I do not know what I'm going to do next also. Yeah, like then I did not have plan B at all lah. So for me, I don't have any plan to fail at all. So I have nothing. I have no backup. So it's either do or die. So I don't want to die, right? So I keep on doing.
Oh, okay. So there's no plan B at all when you were creating Wimpro. It's just like, I'm gonna get Wimpro to a multi-million-dollar business and that's it. I don't have anything else.
Yeah,
something like that.
correct.
Okay, that's an interesting mindset to have because like I'm sure as an entrepreneur yourself, right, you have a lot of ideas that come to your head like as the years goes by, which is surprising that you would still stick to a failing business at that time lah. Yeah, so when you did the Winpro at around like after the crisis, around how many years then you started seeing like you started profiting and actually the growth escalated from there? What was that whole... Can you just tell me the whole story?
So there were a period of time whereby I'm just running business just like clockwork only lah. Yeah, meaning we just reach about $1 million plus and we are just happy then. Yeah, it's only about that year was 2015 to 2017. That was the PIC year. That was government grant that was at the most aggressive stage, whereby PIC was the productivity, innovation, I think grant. Grant. So that time was when the government want to help SMEs to really get a lot to really speed up the whole digitalization process, letting them to buy notebook, laptop, even software, just buy anything you can claim all this up. Yeah. So that time, of course, the legit business will get a lot of footing and really embark on digitalization that then. But there were also a lot of scammer then. A lot of scammer, in any way, the scammer come in, then they start to really scam. There are a lot of people who start the business just to take the grant, right? Take the grant only, yeah. So after a period of time, government say, enough, I have to stop this. Yeah, cannot continue any further. This kind of people abuse. Then they come in and just stop the thing and just pull the handbrake.
How big is the grant then?
You can claim up to 70% then.
70%?
Yeah, I think it was 70% then.
So your business was making how much and then after the grant, how much?
Yeah, so you can, whatever you buy, you can claim 70% back. So you can buy a lot of things.
How did it help with the growth of your business?
Because a lot of people need to buy.
Then
they have to buy from you.
The numbers, like how do they look like?
Okay, even then also we could not reach 2 million. We only about 1.8 then. Yeah, but that was the year whereby it became at the peak. But after that, I realized, wow, no PIC means difficult for us to sustain this amount also. So that's when I decided that, okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find a networking company, a business networking company. So I happened in Facebook there, I chanced upon a post made by my friend before like this BNI things comes out. Yeah, so I said, maybe I can try to visit them and see lah. So I tried to get some friend to invite me to the BNI event lah.
Okay.
So in 2018 in April, I joined in BNI. I was lucky then to find my JC classmate also in BNI. Yeah, so the moment when I attended the BNI session, I saw my A levels JC friend. Then straight away I knew this is a place already lah. So it's just something that clicked immediately. Yeah, so that was when I knew that I needed this. Yeah, so that was the year whereby I joined BNI Synergy.
Okay.
And that time we only had about 50 plus people. Yeah, in Synergy, 50 plus
140
people.
plus.
Yeah. About time was a small chapter then. So but that time I did a lot of crazy stuff also lah. Yeah, that's when we start to do a lot of things. Make people together because my mind is totally unfiltered Yeah, I am not bogged down by anything. I don't know what's right, what's wrong. I just keep on doing things only. Yeah.
Okay.
So after that, doing people say, "Hey, don't do this." Then you learn Yeah, then you pick up. So it's a good learning process then. And over the years, I really learned a lot from the fellow business owners in BNI, especially in Synergy.
What was the key the way that you learned that?
Actually, every conversation I have with everyone, I learn a few things. So that helped me to understand, even from some give me some perspective as employee, some who have worked in the MNC, they shared the story, and I learned through their eyes and through their story.
But actually now your business, so sorry, I need to, the story is, so you did the BNI right after you made about, you're trying to shoot to you join BNI as then working to get some more advice and then
Yeah.
then
but I stuck at 208. No, 2018. I was stuck then. At 1.8 straight after PIC. So I knew that the year after PIC, my business would have dropped a lot. Yeah, so I quickly knew that I need to use another one more secret weapon like business networking.
right.
Yeah.
And how do I put this here's a controversial opinion for you. Like if you have to the way of marketing, right, that means your product isn't strong enough. What do you think about that?
Okay. If your product is good enough, your in a referral network, right, it will move even faster. Yeah. But if your product is not good enough, anywhere also won't work.
True, in that sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because like, okay, interesting. Then so BNI grew a business.
Yeah. Business one I was especially in 2020, 2 years after I've joined, was COVID already. Yeah. So COVID was a time whereby it has also, because naturally tech was, everyone in tech benefited a lot. Yeah, everyone in tech benefited because everything work from home. Yeah, that's why we had a lot of orders coming in. And lucky at the time I did share with you, we have a playbook also.
Yes.
Yeah, we were preparing 5 years ahead of time.
Yes.
Yeah, so just happened just in time.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were fully prepared.
How? Like how? How do you
Okay,
break this?
so that time I remember I watched a Bill Gates video.
Okay.
So Bill Gates actually anticipate in future. That time the video was made in I think 2014 or 2015. He predicted there will be a pandemic that will be so great that it will cripple down the entire world. Yeah. So I also feel that it's possible, and it's matter of time when it will happen. Yeah, so we consciously took it very seriously and planned for the next 5 years what to do so that we are ready.
What do you do on your own side that you made you believe this
Okay,
statement?
so okay, what I saw was because of like diseases. Diseases are so easily transmitted. That time you have
Ebola.
things like Ebola, SARS. So that are precursor for a bigger thing already. And so that trajectory thinking along will give you a trajectory when will happen for the next one. Like even now I can say the next one you're gonna have is even bigger than COVID. So the thing is when.
Wow. I think you should be a stock trader, then you can read the markets.
Yeah, so we got no means, but again we have to be ready when the things happen again. But I think we will be even ready now. Lah.
How do you prepare yourself for this?
Okay, so that time I realized that I cannot have physical. Means all my servers in office have to go to the cloud. All the program that I have also must be in the cloud. And we also realize having everything in the cloud, we also need to have e-commerce. So we also jump in the e-commerce bandwagon as well. So we're preparing everything. Even our accounting is all on cloud. For our emails are all in the cloud. Everything is fully in the cloud. Yeah. So when we complete the whole exercise, it took us close to 5 years. Yeah, to do everything year by year to slowly transit to there. But when it happened, it's really happening. So when it happens, we were fully prepared.
Wow.
Yeah, we are fully prepared.
Wow.
And knowing know what to do also. Yeah, when it happens, we know that the first thing to do, if this is going to be a prolonged thing, we have to buy a lot of notebooks and we have to buy a lot of webcam also. Yeah, a lot of webcam and headsets. So we buy a lot. Wherever there is a market, we just buy and buy
everything
and buy.
will be remote now, work from home.
Yeah, so we buy. We took a gamble because we
Wow.
knew this thing will happen. We just take a gamble. Then we try to buy as much as our cash flow allows us to buy.
Scared or not when you buy all this?
We weren't so scared, but we know because before that we have numbers to prove that there are demand already. Yeah, so when the numbers give us some certainty that we can go in and buy without losing money, we just buy. But again, we cannot go crazy and buy everything. As much as we want to wipe out and monopolize the whole market, right? Of course, they will need a lot of cash flow. Yeah, so we also conservative. Yeah, and also don't be so nasty. Don't give people anything, just take everything. Cannot also nice. We bought enough thing to cover for all our clients. Yeah.
Okay. So through the COVID, I think you profited a lot, right?
Not really a lot, okay not too bad
business is better than usual.
Yeah, yes,
because you predicted the market.
Yeah, but yeah, so I think it's always been prepared when things happen. Then at least you know what. Like for us, we are preparing for the next thing to happen also.
Did the crisis teach you about preparing all this also?
Yes, definitely. So the best way to always be prepared Of course, the first thing I'm telling you was that we need to have recurring income. Yeah, so when crisis come, you don't feel anything because all your basic your overheads are all been covered already.
Okay.
Yeah, so you will not hurt you will not suffer that much
Okay.
Yeah, and on top of that, we also know that we have to be prepared. It means we have moved everything to the cloud. So we did that also. Yeah, so we also have playbook, meaning when things happen, instead of thinking so much, we just activate what we're going to do already. So likewise, when we know going to be the next crisis going to happen, the cash liquidation problem will be coming up soon. Yeah, that's when bank will go dry, then US currency will drop, then it'll be a mad rush. So we need to anticipate that as well.
Mind giving the viewers a little hint of what's gonna happen?
Yeah, so we have that playbook also prepared. Yeah, in Singapore we will have of course, in today's market, I saw this many times. It's exactly what happened in 2008 when markets are all-time high and you can feel that the market is weak and it's all-time high. Banks are also doing very well. Everyone is doing very well, but at the same time, there are also a lot of layoff. So these are signs of crashing already. Yeah, so if you are in stock, in the equity market, you have to get out now. Yeah, you have to get out now. Don't stay too long. Yeah, the crash is coming in anytime right now. Yeah, because we are at all-time high now. Yeah, all-time high for a very long time already.
Doing like crypto and everything.
When it happens, everything will happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything happen.
And you're very sure about this?
Yes, of course, I'm very, very sure. 100% certainty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, then how do you find out about this kind of thing? How do you know about?
Okay, the best way to know the future is to understand the past.
Okay.
What happened in the last recession, the last depression, go all the way back in the early 90s and project and see every crisis, and you can see the pattern is always the same.
So what made you predict this new crisis? What was the
So
feeling?
the numbers are very clear because it's all the signals in the market
So you
that
think
can predict.
it's like we're in a bubble? You think we're in like
Yeah,
a
the
bubble?
bubble, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the bubble has burst a couple of times, and this time is no difference. You still bubble or burst also. Lah. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So it's going to be big time. So beware.
Financial advice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So really have to be careful about how you spend money now. So you have to be, so the people who save, people who get out of investment right now, especially equity lah. Other investment, I think still quite safe. Yeah, then if possible, put into CPF and whereby you have certainty that your money don't disappear lah. Yeah. So a certain level, that's when I tell you when it happens, many people in property will be burned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who having property and over leverage. People having property and they are if they are not over leveraged, yeah, should be okay. But when over leverage means you buy a lot of property. Yeah. So it's like you make property gains to cover your bank loan. Okay, so when market falls, property price fall, your rental yield will drop and you cannot cover your bank loan.
So it's lower than the bank loan basically.
Yeah, then you will bleed slowly. So this bleed comes into a point whereby you cannot bleed too long. And of course, at the point whereby the rental start to drop and you cannot get tenant, you don't get tenant and still are paying bank loans.
Right.
And that's when you have to even start selling property. And you start selling property because market is like everybody selling property all at the same time.
nobody wants to buy.
You want to buy. Then you're screwed.
Yeah. Bro, give me one water. We got a little bit off track, but it's okay. Wait. So yeah, I mean I sort of got the picture of your whole story, how you grew from like a small business all the way to a big business now. Are you guys doing like roughly around like 8 figures or?
Okay, now this year we are finishing up with 8 figures this year.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, for the first time. Yeah, we might be reaching 8 figures or at least close to the 8 figures.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
So a long struggle. Yeah. So again, we really have to be positive and really prepare for this day to happen. Yeah.
Would you have done anything differently?
If I have to do one thing differently, I would have joined BNI the year whereby I start business.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Because networking really
open
your mind.
open my mind, open my market, open a lot of things. Yeah, I have more opportunity, I have more people to talk to. Because the more you talk to people, you learn more things. Yeah, and I enjoy learning from people. Yeah, everybody has something to share. Yeah.
Interesting. Even those like people who are not at your level, you feel like you can learn something.
There's always something to learn from them. Because everybody goes through life differently. Yeah. Even sometimes I enjoy talking to taxi driver because they also have a very rich life. They went through certain things and they also learn something.
Okay.
I'm always looking to learn things from people. Keeping mind open.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, coming slowly to the end already. Then we can open up the live call if there's any need. Then if there's anybody who join, just let us know. If there's nobody, then yeah. But then now we sort of go into a little bit just like off topic, off the story, because we know the story already. Maybe I want to give the viewers a little bit of advice about like running business, how it was like as well. So I actually want to ask you, from your 32 years of experience, right? Like, what's the, like, let's say if somebody wants to be an entrepreneur like you, what is the one advice you would give them?
Okay. One of the best advice would be join a networking group. Yeah, that's what number one.
It's really,
yeah,
okay.
It's a must.
Okay.
It's a must. The second thing to do is try not to have plan B.
Okay.
Yeah, if possible. Yeah, once you have no plan B, you are ultra focused, and when you know that you have no plan B, you fight in a different angle. You have a totally different view how, because otherwise when you have always have plan B, you know that you have something to be hungry enough, and you will never be strong enough. You will never be brave enough to take both steps.
What if your plan B is better than your plan A?
Then you shouldn't start a business in the first place.
Interesting. Because most
Yeah.
people say your first business will always fail. The second one will start up better than the first one.
Not so lah. If you have done your work well, your planning well still, then you shouldn't fail lah. Really, in today's context in Singapore, you should not fail, or any part of the world, because in today's context, you got a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things, yeah, and it's easier to do things. Fill up the thing, and guess what? Every time when you fill up, they will say, come back 3 days later and see whether this name is eligible. You can get this name or not. 3 days later,
Wow, now
yeah,
it's instant lah.
yeah, now instant. You can test it upfront and see whether can or cannot. You can register and straight away in a few minutes you get it.
I think because it's like evolving from a brick and mortar to more of like internationally remote
Yeah,
everything. In a sense,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
So if someone wants to start a business in today's world, what kind of business would you think the best?
Okay, so I will not say what is the best right now, what is the easiest right now.
Okay.
Because the best, everybody will be in different field. Yeah, but of course you have, I think the best way to start is digital. Yeah, digital business will still be the easiest to run right now. But it's really to find businesses that has a barrier to entry. Okay? So that will be better, because when there's a barrier to entry means anybody who want to join will also can see but may not be able to join the competition inside there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Means what the advice you told me the other time.
Yes. You have barrier to entry.
Be like cost or skill.
Yeah. Like for example, if you want to do, let's say catering, there's also a barrier, because you need to set up a kitchen, you need to hire people.
Correct.
Yeah, that's also a barrier. But of course you can do it your own home lah. But you cannot scale.
Right.
Yeah. So that is also a issue there. And you need to have licenses. You need to apply for food licenses, all those to operate as a business. Yeah. So you need to have certain barriers lah. Yeah. The more barriers in a business that you face in doing that business means it's good. Means if you face, means anybody who want to do also will face the same problem. Yeah. If you get into the business so easily, that means everybody can also get into the business easily.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. A good point.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you one question is about hiring people. How do you know who to hire and who are the, like, I guess for lack of a better word, like A players to hire? How do you tell someone is an A player they can hire? When is it right to hire someone instead of doing it yourself?
All right. So to hire A players, you yourself must be an A player.
Okay.
Yeah. If you are a B player trying to hire A player, that's not possible. Yeah, so before you can hire A player, make sure you are A player yourself lah. Because when just imagine you are a B player and the A player come to you, straight away see you and he knows he will not work for you. Even he work for you maybe and not for long. Yeah, because there's nothing he can learn from you.
Right.
Yeah, so he will not stay.
Right.
Yeah, so always I will not say find the A players, but however is to find the right people lah.
Okay.
Yeah, A players sometimes may be good and may be bad as well. Yeah, but getting the right people that will stand by you over the years, that it matters. Yeah, then you help them to scale and grow the business. Yeah, then of course in this way it's more sustainable because it's both ways. Yeah, so it's a commitment you have to make for people that come on board. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Any questions from the line? No, as of now. Then nobody on the call. Roughly how many minutes are we in? 1 hour 16. Cool. Maybe about 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay. So Ronald, then I have a question, but I lost it in the train of thought. Yeah. Now that it's in the tech boom, like the SaaS tech boom, right? I would say what is and you are IT, like sort of like a SaaS
Yeah.
software kind of person.
Correct.
What do you think is number one industry to get into? Like, what kind of softwares do you think number one, the most important lah to this day?
Okay, today's context, no doubt, will be AI.
Okay.
Yeah, AI is something that everybody heard of it. Everybody wants to have a piece of it. Everybody's using it every day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's depending on what level are you using right now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So even into training,
Mm.
yeah, even in fact, to this in context, right, when you talk about AI, a lot of people still don't know how to really use AI. Of course, there are one way. So in AI, right, a person must also learn the art of questioning,
Okay.
yeah, or prompting, yeah. So you see ChatGPT, right? The ChatGPT would mean it's a conversation, but most people use it like a command,
Okay.
not a conversation. Then it might be called command GPT better than ChatGPT, right? Yeah. So it's command means I want this, then you give you this. But it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be chat. It's a conversation. Means give me this. If it's not correct, then give something else. How can you refine? So it's a conversation to get exactly what you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is number one. And number two is actually understanding about the art of questioning, meaning that when you ask ChatGPT for something, always ask a leading question like, how did you come up with this answer?
Okay.
Yeah, so what went through your mind when you are trying to come up with an answer for this? Yeah, explain to
Okay.
me step by step how you derive to this solution or this answer. Because you go deeper in understanding how ChatGPT come out is the solution as well. Yeah, because it's always this way. So in this way, it's about asking deeper question rather than question, answer, question, answer.
Okay.
Yeah, the best way is question, answer, and understand how ChatGPT get and derive to the answer.
Okay. Okay. Then let's say someone right now, right, making 10K a month in revenue in their business. How would you, and they are really struggling to push to make 100K, like 300. How would you suggest them to?
Okay, actually, the best way to make money is not to focus on the money. Is to focus on the purpose about what you want to do in life lah. Yeah, because most people, you need to talk about purpose and how can you bring value to people, and not about hitting 100K, 200K. Because when you focus on the money will not come. You think about what people need, what the market need from you, and what value you think you can create so that people would buy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
That will be more important.
because that's what most of the internet is nowadays. I don't know if you're on TikTok or actively on TikTok, because like everybody is like saying like how can I get from 10K to 300K and all that. And I think yeah, that's good advice lah, because most of the time people don't think about the value that they give to the customer. They think about how can I just keep increasing my profits, make more sales, but then they don't think about the product wise of it.
Yeah.
Which is
Looking. So in order to get product, you need to have a deeper question with your customers, asking what they need, what problem they face, what challenges they face, what would they need to solve their day-to-day problems.
cool. Daniel, you all got any questions for Ronald? All good. Okay. And then yeah, I think thanks so much, Ronald,
Thank
for
you.
being
Thank
on
you
this
for having
podcast.
me here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, if people want to find you, how can they find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn, Ronald Soh. You should be able to find me quite easily there.
Okay. And then your business, I mean,
I'm a runner for WinPro. So we just go on winpro.com.sg. You can find the business there.
okay, you can go on BNI synergy. Then Ronald will be there.
Yeah. Or you can come on a meeting. Yeah. Then let me share my network with you.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live. If you guys have enjoyed the live, make sure you guys like. And yeah, if actually I I feel like I could have gone like more questions on Ronald, but I wanted to keep our podcast this today less about 1 hour each, because most of our podcast has been 2 hours. If you guys want a part two with Ronald, then comment down below. Then like make Ronald. They have so many comments that Ronald can't say no lah. Yep. Okay. Anyways,
Cool.
if that's everything, thank you so much for watching this podcast. Have a good one. Bye bye.